Just keep it real.
This is for y'all real people out there. This is for my people.
Look who it is. Someone. Hi. Someone dressed for the occasion.
Who's who?
Which was for the occasion.
I didn't put my phone on silent.
You don't blame me. You've been amazing. Thank you, sweetie.
Hold on,
Kimberly's the best. I love her. She's a friend. I get to say she's my friend. And also, your shirt's amazing. Straight out of Halloweentown.
Yes.
You have shirts too on Etsy that that fly off the shelf.
I make these in my Etsy shop, yes.
That's so fun.
Awesome.
Yes! You guys, this is a cool panel because you guys literally define an entire holiday every single year. Yeah, I don't even know how Halloween was celebrated before Hocus Pocus. Or Halloweentown. Not crazy.
BHP and CHP.
Would say that again?
BHP before Hocus Pocus, or
exactly.
HP.
Exactly. There's no time before. I don't even recognize that. And here's the thing. So, is that me? That's obnoxious. That's a first. That's a first. I was excited. That's what happened. So let's go back, okay? So for the script and everything that you got in your hands, what did you think about it? Were you like, this is kind of a crazy little movie? How did it feel for you to kind of like read it and say, because you were modeling and you were doing your own thing, and you kind of approached it and you're like, yeah.
I would have never thought that almost 30 years later, it would be basically what was Halloween before Hocus Pocus.
That's what I'm saying, yes, absolutely.
It's a trip.
Like Disney World has parades dedicated to Hocus Pocus.
I don't think any one of us anticipated this happening.
Yeah, in fact, Hocus Pocus, forgive me for saying this, but as it's listed online, it was not a huge box office success.
Like a flop, you mean?
Yeah, definitely flop.
Flopped.
Must that feel in hindsight? Because now it's like, here we are, right? And all of this. But it's like, at the time, was it a bummer? You're like, we did this whole thing, it was all choreographed, we had Bette Midler, everybody was in it.
I got paid either way, so.
Okay. So you stayed cool about it.
I mean, that's the acting world, right? You think you're doing something wonderful and then it doesn't get, the greatest reception. And so, we just thought, well, we enjoyed ourselves. Literally the magic we felt, we thought everyone else would feel. But I think it's also because it was released in July. Which I know a lot of the fans know. I know, it's so odd.
Wait, why did that? Do you have a story as to why that happened?
Omri knows.
Omri knows.
Yeah.
I do, thanks to these guys actually, but let me answer the question. I believe it was because A Nightmare Before Christmas was coming out, and we didn't want the competition. So we're like, some genius was like, let's release it in July.
Because it's a kid's movie, kind of.
Because it's a Halloween movie in July. No.
Oh no. Well, then that explains it.
It does, doesn't it?
100%. And like, you had been doing voice work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You had been doing voice work when you were a little kid. I mean, you
When I was a
literally.
little boy, yes.
Dude, you've been working since you were like.
Since I was the same height I am now.
But for real, you really have. And
I've been fortunate, yes.
I didn't realize that you started voice work so young.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did you do Max before this, or around the same time?
Yeah, I think Max Goof. Ever seen a Goofy movie? Anyone? You guys are fucking awesome.
They love you.
I think Max was before Binks. Yeah.
Okay. So, did you learn anything, like when approaching this? Like, was it more like, okay, I played Max, and yes, he was cool, right? Like, he was a cool teenager that was goofy, but like, now I'm going to do this character, and it's like a real person.
The challenge was, for those who don't realize, I don't know if you know, but like, that wasn't me in the beginning of the movie.
Okay, baby.
That's the amazing and talented Sean Murray, who was originally cast to play. Give some applause for Sean. These things too, he was cast to play Human Thackeray and do the voice.
Right.
And then I came in after production and wrapped. And the movie was like 80% edited, and things was already mostly animated. When the producers and creatives decided we would like a different sound, so I auditioned, I booked it. So the challenge is to come in and loop Sean, and then also, you know, this mostly animated cat, which is, I think that CG technology of applying animation to an animal space was also brand new. And the animator, I can't remember his name, he was fantastic, but he was very meticulous about every little syllable. Like some takes I thought like, oh, I nailed that. He's like, no, you didn't get the on this part thing. All right, we'll do it again. And also, you know, they're performing to Sean's performance, and Sean has a different rhythm than mine. So trying to make it my own and like try to fit in stuff that was already there was the challenge. But it's all part of what we do, man.
Yeah, no, I that's really fascinating to me that you did that. So, because I think it was said that he was very modern, right, in his take.
He was using his own voice from the takes that I heard, and he's got a very sort of like Natural Valley sort of sound. And
yeah, he had that Leo look to him, right?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, well, you know, Minx is a 300-year-old cat from colonial Salem. Let's try like a more old world sort of sound. So I came in and I did my best sort of old world sound. I think some of it sounded Australian to me in different things. It's like, can I
World traveled. Thanks.
He's a traveled cat.
Probably.
Yes.
Who knows if
Lived
he's been doing
9
this for 300
lives.
years, just hanging out in that house? Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. So what was it like working with a cat that had no face?
Well, the cats had faces, all
The real
40
cats. Oh,
or
yeah?
50 of them. So like they had for each cat could do a trick. So like if it needed to crawl up on her shoulder, if it needed to sit there.
That one trick.
Just look at us.
That makes sense.
Whatever. Well, as Vanessa puts it, there was the wall of cats. And so
Yeah,
you
they
like
were
went
all
behind the curtain
crates.
and it's just kennels stacked.
What I want to know is how did they not
Before
make noise? They were-
I mean, I don't know. They're
shock
pretty
collars.
silent. I think they were well-trained one-trick cats. They really knew how to keep silent. It was amazing.
I do actually remember is that they would keep the wall of cats like away, like not like where we were doing production, but they would only bring the cats that they needed. So it would
Sure.
be like 6 crates at a time.
Did you ever get scratched
versus-
by one of these cats?
I never
Probably.
did you? You had some jump on you and do crazy things, though.
But like that was their trick, though.
Yeah, that was a trick.
Got it.
No, they were well trained. Although we did smell like cat food all day long.
Yeah.
Because we had
Cat
to.
treats.
There was a buzzer you had to buzz, and then you
Clicker.
would feed. Buzzer, clicker. Then you'd feed the cat, and then that was teaching them how to follow you, to jump on you, to sit on your lap, fall asleep. And so basically, you know, we smell like cat all day long and cat food. So nobody wanted to eat with us at lunchtime, I'm pretty sure.
I guess I'm really glad that none of us had cat allergies at the time.
Oh yeah, I guess you would have found out.
That is a
We
good
were never
point.
asked that as
You
a
were never
prerequisite. Are you allergic to cats? Yeah.
Wow. And what was it like to work with Kenny?
Kenny was amazing. He's a magician.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically, like, ingratiated me, Thora, and every
Kenny
day.
Ortega, the director of the film.
I mean, this was his second film, right? The first film was Newsies, and which I love too. And you know, going into this, I just felt like his training in music, like he did all the Michael Jackson videos, he did Dirty Dancing, he choreographed that. And this was like his second opportunity to direct. And I felt like I was in a musical, like the way that he directed the beats and the rhythms, and now you walk over there and then you hit her with the frying pan, you know, it's just very big all day long. So,
Yeah.
and of course, you know, you had to grab that attention with young people who could space out easily. So I felt like he was always asking us cool questions about ourselves, and
he was
you
like
know,
keeping you in the present moment.
exactly. And so, you know, we really had to be in the present moment because obviously we're scared out of our minds in every moment. But again, we had the best time. So we were laughing and then scared as soon as the cameras rolled. So he was the best to work with.
Yeah, just even off camera, like I had the privilege of just having a great relationship and doing a lot of fun things outside of work and just building this great relationship. And that I think really just kind of reflected on how comfortable we all worked together and worked with him. And everything just, it seemed so natural that we didn't have to really try.
I gotta say, your relationship with Thora, and then towards the end too, like your relationship kind of coming into that little couple there, and you guys became like a little family.
I know.
And you too, of course. I mean, your love of that character really informed those moments too, you know, like as a fan of watching the show. I'm a nerd. So, what was it like with Thora? Did you bond with her instantly, or did Kenny do things with you guys to purposefully draw you into that family dynamic?
I think for me, I was drawn to both of them instantly. We're all fast friends really easily, and again, Thor and I would sing songs like in between takes, and she was always like, I was jealous of your sister, because my sister was older and coming to the set and visiting, and she was like, I want to be your sister. So we were very sisterly from the beginning. We still call each other sis, so it was, you know, a quick connection from the start, and has continued for all these years.
Do you guys think of each other during Halloween?
Oh, for sure.
100%. Yeah, you can.
We are reminded constantly.
Yes. It's like if I had $1 for every time I get a text, like, guess what's on TV right now?
I don't know about you guys, but around like October, like fans on Instagram, and I love all you guys, will just start randomly sending me pictures of their televisions. Just the TV, like what we're watching right now.
I love it. It's the best, because then you're like in their living room with them.
Yes.
Love it.
Aw, that's awesome. Did Kenny direct you at all when you were doing the...
Yes, he was there for my callback. He was present there. He was present for the first couple of recording sessions, and he turned me over to the animation director, whose name I shouldn't commit to memory for the future, but he was there for the first couple of times. I think it was like 4 or 5 recording sessions I did.
Yeah. Oh, good. So he worked with the animation director and Kenny so that they could kind of like make the most of animating your voice to the cat.
Yes.
But were you matching? You weren't, because it wasn't a practical puppet cat, right? So you weren't matching, or were you matching?
No, I was matching the picture that you saw. It was
Oh,
mostly
from his
animated
voice.
already. Correct.
Right, got
so
it.
It's animated too. That's how they do it. They
That's like
record the voice.
anime, right? That's like what they do with anime. when it comes-
CGI. It's like a CGI, but it was so new, right? It just was developed.
Yeah.
So like people weren't even really using this technology yet, like how common it is today.
Yeah.
Like back then, like Disney probably pioneered.
Oh, I didn't
some
even know
version
about
of this.
this. I thought
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
a practical puppet
groundbreaking.
cat the entire
No.
time.
There was some puppet, and there
That's
was a
how
lot
good it
of, but CG talking. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But
Kinda like
no one
Homeward
was-
Bound,
yes,
like
yeah.
that was that era,
But
right?
how about Halloweentown? I mean, like,
No, I was getting to that. This is my panel, sir. Don't
we're
hijack
talking
it.
too much about us.
It's been a long week.
You know, I'm enjoying this. I'm like, can I just
Kimberly
sit
J.
and
Brown.
hear some more? I love
She
this.
knows I was coming around to the
Okay,
Disney
I'm sorry,
angle, the
Christy.
Kenny Ortega. No,
I love you, Christy.
Has a
Totally
plan.
fine.
The best for last.
I love you.
Yes.
Kenny Ortega, Disney, blah, blah, blah. Halloweentown, Matt at CGI in Halloweentown. You guys did a lot of
There it is.
CGI.
Yes, that's great.
See what I did
yes,
there?
we did. Wow,
They
that was
follow.
great. That was so smooth. I loved it. That's called a transition, ladies and gentlemen.
Nailed it. So yeah, though, but obviously in comparison, their budgets were different, okay? We've all done DComs. DComs are very different. Disney Channel original movies are very different in budget to that of Hocus Pocus. So you had still such a stronghold on the magic and the feel of that and the production value of all of that. Did you think of Hocus Pocus when you guys were making this? Was that mentioned in the sort of production design?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it probably was. I know that there was an initial, what I heard, and I hope I'm getting this right. There was an initial version of Halloweentown, the story that had been pitched to NBC, and they had passed on it, and then it came to Disney, and they kind of made it a little bit lighter, and kind of went more family-oriented with it.
Okay.
And then they made it into what it is now. But I'm sure, I'm sure it was heavily thought of.
Yeah, I mean anything that's gonna have Debbie as a fun witch and all that is gonna be a little bit lighthearted.
Absolutely. Yeah, it can't not be.
I know you guys were super close. And then with the second one, did you produced it, right? You had a part in that?
I mean, not formally. It was as we went along, I got to have a little bit of input as far as just some creative ideas, and especially with the third one with Halloweentown High, there was a new writer that came in, so we kind of went along the way and just tried to, like, I personally was very cognizant of the continuity of, like, from the first 2 movies. I wanted to see how much we could kind of throw back towards the movies and you know, keep the story on the same line. So
You're like, I've been here since day one, so we're gonna keep this train on the tracks.
Yeah, so they were kind to like let me, you know, kind of contribute some notes and that sort of thing. And it was all a very collaborative process, which was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, let's speak to the magic of these movies and why everybody still loves them so much. And it's like, okay, so you guys are young, and we need to obviously believe the things that we're doing because there's all this magical stuff is happening. How did you guys approach these characters, make them likable, but also like, you know, keep it grounded while all this crazy magic was happening?
I think we really tried to pay attention to the family element and because beyond it being this amazing place where it's Halloween 24/7, the story is about all these teenagers and kids like trying to figure out who they are and make their way in the world, which is so relatable, I think, in and of itself, because at 13, who knows what's going on, really? I mean, it's just such a glorious time in a teenager's life. So we really tried to, like, you know, like J. Paul Zimmerman and I he played Dylan. We had a lot of fun just kind of working on, like, the sisterly, brotherly duo and, like, that dynamic, and just tried to make it as familiar as possible, even though he and I have a very similar relationship that Marnie and Dylan did. But we tried to pay attention to all that as much as possible, so you kind of got that, you know, that just could hopefully relate to the, you know, siblings that are just, you know, always messing with each other.
I mean, not very different from Henri and Thora. I mean, they definitely had a very believable brother-sister relationship.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Family is actually a very big part of Halloween. We don't think about it that way, because I think a lot of us, as we get older, we're like, I'm gonna wear the silliest little outfit, and I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna be with my friends and party. But I think, like, at the root of what Halloween really is for all of us is like ding dong, trick or treat, oh my gosh, I get to dress up, mommy and daddy are with me, that kind of thing. And of course, whatever families look very different, but it's a fun occasion.
Absolutely.
And inherently there is magic involved with the concept of family being around and doing something to celebrate being together. That's really a good point. I didn't think about that. I just thought about it now. Guys, we're gonna go take questions. We have about 20 minutes. Oh, we have 10 minutes left, so go ahead and please line up to each of these. I'll try to get to as many of everyone as I can. Oh man, there's a rush. There's a rush. They know I don't get to everybody. They're rushing. Have you guys enjoyed meeting everybody at the photo ops and at your tables?
Thank you, you've all been amazing.
Yeah.
So friendly and fun.
You all are fantastic.
I think this is
Thank you so much.
is the first 90's con, but I don't think it's gonna be the
Oh
last.
my word, this is a slam dunk.
It's not gonna be my last.
Good. Oh,
That's our liver child all the time.
We've already invited ourselves back. We're either just get tickets and show up. I mean, this is too much fun. It's like a
like summer camp.
Reunion. It's a summer camp reunion.
It is, totally.
Right?
Totally, yeah.
Who have you guys liked seeing so far? Like, who have you not seen in a long time? And you're like, oh my God, or who have you fangirled over? Come
This
on,
guy,
him.
these
For sure.
guys.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
No.
I haven't seen him in over 20 years in person.
Yes.
Lisa Jacob.
Uh-huh.
We
Oh,
were
yeah.
together on Matinee. I haven't seen her since then, so that's gotta be 30
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it's 30 years.
She's an awesome
Yeah.
lady.
What?
Have you fangirled over anybody? I fangirled.
Yes.
It's hard not to fangirl. I feel like every corner you walk around, you're like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was sitting my tables by the cast of Family Matters, and I mean, I watched that show
Right?
every Friday night. Like, it's been awesome. And of course, I had to, you know, sneak peek over at the Backstreet Boys. Because how can you not?
Yeah.
And I should say, too, running into Will Friedle and Joey Fatone, we spent a fun night with them years ago at a different con.
Calm down, everybody.
Okay, not that kind of fun night,
With my
you guys.
husband and her mother.
We're in relationships.
What was it called?
Come on,
It was
this is a family
Drinky
show.
Fest. What was it? The beer fest.
Oktoberfest.
Yes, that one.
Yes, we went out to Oktoberfest one night after a con.
Leader was it?
All right, first question. Go ahead over here.
Okay, hi. First of all, I love all of you guys so much.
Thank
But,
you.
Kimberly, I just wanted to say you were talking about how you tried to make the brother-sister relationship feel really real, and my brother and I still call each other a downer and a nutcase.
Oh, I love that.
At 30 and 33. great.
That is
And
awesome.
He couldn't be here today, so he wanted me to tell you that he loves you and you are forever the only Marty in his eyes.
Aww. Thank you. Well, tell him I say thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Next question.
Okay, so I'm out of breath from running up here to this spot.
You made it first.
I'm emotionally gone from this weekend. But anyway,
we're all there with you, actually.
yeah, it's. I need to go home. I need a nap. No, I keep seeing posts, Instagram, rumors, Hocus Pocus 2. What do you got?
Oh yeah. There is a Hocus Pocus too.
Okay, I can die now. Thank you.
Is there any more new information that we can talk about with that? I had heard about that too, but you're confirming that there is a Hocus Pocus 2, right?
I mean, it's public knowledge. There is a Hocus Pocus 2. It'll be on Disney Plus. It was shot in Rhode Island, just around the corner from you guys, where I'm from. Are we in it? I'm not speaking for them. I'm not. No one called Marsden. It's fine. It's fine. It happens. But no, it's okay. I'm not the draw. It's real. But no, from what I understand is, and this is public knowledge, they've casted younger versions of the witches. The sets look very period. Doug Jones is back as Billy Butcherson. So I feel the story's it's a prequel. It's focusing more on maybe the witch's backstory, which I think is very interesting. So that's probably why. We're not Andrew Garfielding you, I swear. We like that.
Multiverse? We're not multiversing, is it?
Yeah. Disney versing.
Right?
Yeah. Omri was like, what? Martyr. Okay, next question over here.
Hey guys, I'm Caitlin. I told all of the Hocus Pocus people you guys have made this weekend. It's my childhood. So thank you, and Halloweentown, thank you too. I wanted to know if you guys had a favorite memory, a funny moment on set that stuck with you over the years.
Kim, you want to start?
I feel like I tripped a lot on set.
You tripped?
But to my defense, it was because I was always wearing, a witch's cape and that sort of thing. But there were a couple fun moments, like one in particular when Marnie and Dylan are waiting to get on the bus early on in the movie, and we're arguing, and he asks me something about the bus, and I say, I don't know, but I'm not missing it, and I get up to go, and there was one take that I went to go and just went whoosh and fell flat. It's somewhere in the lost footage, but that
Did you crack up? Did you have to cut? Because I know you probably just got up and kept doing the scene.
I mean, I tried, but I don't think it was salvageable. It was that kind of fall. I was like, no, we really need to do that again. But capes are not, they can make one very clumsy.
I don't know. Sometimes I try to reflect on certain memories that don't exist anymore and think about funny things, but one thing that kind of really stands out is that they harness the witches onto those broom, mop, vacuum situations. And, they're not trained. They have to act, and they're being swept across the set on these harnesses and stuff, and there was just so many mess-ups. I was gonna say F-ups, but mess-ups that I couldn't help but laugh the whole time. I'm sure it cost production a lot of money to have to retake all this over and over and over again, but those are kind of the moments that really stood out to me that were hilarious.
Was Beth super patient with you being sort of kids and sort of in that zone? Was she sort of playful with you guys, or was she pretty professional?
Well, I mean, we were 16, so we were almost on the verge of, we weren't I don't think we were that immature.
And Thora was pretty...
I mean, sure, we were
Thora was an old
kids.
lady. We were doing, because we're child actors, we're basically doing all the work up till 10 and a half hours is how long you can be on set as a child actor. And then they would start their work afterwards. So a lot of what you're seeing in the movie is us looking at something in the sky that's a stick going across or something. And I think there's only one scene where I'm actually in the room with the witches.
I did not know that.
I know. So,
Great.
and one funny thing was the cat. Again, another cat thing that I wanted to share. When he's jumping onto our book, when we're opening the spell book, and he's saying, nothing good can come from this book, and he's batting us, he literally was batting us so close that we were almost laughing. They kept having to do, I don't know if you remember this, and it's just over and over again, jumping again, then batting us, and we're like, this is insane. We keep feeling with the claws almost getting us, and we're like, I don't know if we can do it again and again and again. Yeah, it was over and over again. Nothing good could come. So forever, I was like, nothing good could come from this book. Jump. Nothing good could come from this book. I'm like, oh my god. Now when I see it on the screen, I'm like, nothing good. It's like
You just like flinch for no reason. You're like, ah.
cat's batting me up.
They only had like 100 takes to choose from, so.
I know, right? Come on. now.
Spoil back then, those days of yore.
Anything funny from the record that you can you?
One thing I can think about, I think, was like towards the end of the movie, at the very end, when Thackeray's turned human, and and Sean goes over to Thora, and he says to her, "I will always be with you," and he leans in and he kisses her on her cheek. I also had to do that sound, and just for one take, I just thought, you know, until it's late, who knows? They roll the thing, they're rolling the clip, press record. I shall always be with you. He leans in, I go, and they didn't leave it in. I don't know why. It's a cat thing to do, you know?
It is.
I was trying to make my own mark and trying to do something different.
Very method. Next question, please.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to throw up because I'm really excited.
You're good. Take a deep breath.
Now, I have a Hocus Pocus question, but really quick. Oh, Kimberly, I just need to say, the movie Tumbleweeds, not enough people talk about it. Fantastic.
Thank you so much. That's one of my favorite things I've ever done. I appreciate that.
Nobody talks about it, and they need to. Everybody go watch it. Hocus Pocus, for Disney, very dark. Like, but perfect. Like, do you think that was intentional, or do you think perfection just happened by accident?
I'm surprised. I think they eked by with this cut, honestly, because, you know, there are like sexual innuendos, all these things. I think we're the stepchildren of a Disney movie, honestly. They're like, Disney is like, oh, we made that movie, yikes, you know, but we all love it and we all want more. So, you know, it's kind of this hidden behind closed doors type thing they wish would go away, but we're not going away. So.
Next question. Hi.
My name is Kyle Williams. I'm from East Providence, Rhode Island.
Shout out to Mr. Marsden over there.
Hi.
What part of Rhode Island are you from?
Warwick.
Oh,
Warwick.
oh,
Nice city.
cool. We like them all there. We go there like almost every week.
Awesome. Who's asking a question? Has he asked his
It's,
question
no,
yet?
Kyle's gonna
Yes.
ask a question though. Kimberly.
Yes. So, Kimberly, I just wanted to know, I just love your movie so much.
Thank you.
Halloweentown.
Thank you so much.
I told Kyle I would help him ask this question.
Good.
He's a little
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah.
So, he really wants to be a magician, and he wants to know if you have any tricks or magic tricks that you learned while doing the movie.
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, that
Thank
is
you.
a great question. Any magic tricks I learned? You know, I can't say, you know, I still try to practice my own broom flying skills, and unfortunately, I have not gotten off the ground yet.
You do still have the magic hat, right?
I do. I have Marnie's
still have that
outfit.
hat,
I have
though.
Marnie's costume from the second and third movie, the whole purple thing that they made for me.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of the movie, because it was you know, late 90s, they didn't use as much CGI as they do now. And one of my favorite aspects of that, every time I see Aggie's bag in the movie, most of Aggie's bag in the first Halloweentown is all like manual, you know, I want to say magic tree, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm making it up. But they didn't do any CGI with that, so they would build special like platforms and put the bag on it to make it look like it was the ground, so we could pull things out of it, and they would pull it on like tiny strings and make it like move. And I love that aspect of it because it was really fun to watch all of the, you know, great crew members at work and kind of creating this in real time versus CGI, which is always great, but there's something special about it happening, you know, right in front of you while you're filming.
Practical magic.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Just one quick thing. It was his birthday a few weeks ago. Could you all say happy birthday to Kyle?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. Next question, please. ahead.
Hi, my name's Laura. I have a question for all of you guys. If you were a witch, would you ride a broom, vacuum, or mop?
I mean, I think I have to go with broom. Yeah. I think Marnie had some pretty awesome brooms over the movies, so I would like the one that she fit in her pocket. I don't know if you guys remember from Halloweentown 2. I just thought that was the greatest. It was always in her pocket, and then she could just, and it would become full size. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I would like that in California now, where there's too much traffic, and I can just, so I'm gonna keep working on the broom flight.
I'm gonna have to go with broom. It seems most versatile and light, and seems like you can get from point A to point B a little quicker. So broom it is for me.
Maybe mop for me because it's multi-purpose. Yeah, fine, clean. You're done flying, then you can just clean a little.
Can I pick D? I'm gonna a curtain rod, and I can change the curtain every time when I fly around. I just look fabulous in my neighborhood. It's all about your advertise. Yeah.
I would choose a vacuum. Not that you asked me, but I would choose a vacuum because I have a Dyson and it's really nice and sleek. You know what I mean? It's like fun. I love my Dyson. Okay.
It's like the Tesla of witch flying.
Yeah. I do live in Austin.
Make noise.
I do live in Austin, Texas. So yeah, that's right. Next question.
Hi, so we just heard that like the hardest scene was the cat scene, but I'm wondering for Kimberly what the hardest scene to film was in Halloweentown.
That's a great question.
Like the whole series, it can be any movie.
I think the climbing the jack-o'-lantern was really delicate, I remember in the first movie, because even though it looks like this big, I guess like stone jack-o'-lantern, it was actually made of, I'm pretty sure I'm getting this correct, styrofoam and fiberglass. So it was a delicate thing, like they didn't want me to be on it for too long and climbing it myself, even though I wanted to, because I was always like, I could do my own stunts, I got this. So they always had me like standing on a ladder until the last possible second, so then I could, hang there and get hit by Calabar. But I thought it was really cool because inside you could still kind of see like a lot of where, the styrofoam and where it had dripped, and I thought it looked really cool.
Thank you. Next question.
Hi, so I just want to say, first of all, I have a cat named Binks. Love Binks. Love going to the Hocus Pocus house in Salem. We go there often in the summers and whatnot. But this question is actually for Kimberly. It sounds a bit much, but was there really a fourth?
Yes, there was.
Okay.
Sarah did a great job.
She did.
In that movie, yeah.
But we just want to say, you're the best. You're the best. You're like,
I appreciate that.
You are Halloweentown. You and Debbie Reynolds, so I have to say it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Steven, yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Chad from Cincinnati. Fan of both Halloweentown and Hocus Pocus. But recently I've visited the Ropes Mansion up in Salem. And I actually have a question of if any of you have had any experiences with paranormal activity filming at the Ropes Mansion or with Rose Red with Stephen King.
I can't say that we did. We filmed at I think it's called the Thornwood Castle, I think. It was the bed and breakfast where we filmed, and there were rumors. We were there at night that there was some things going on, but I don't know if that was just, some people in the crew trying to mess with us. But unfortunately, no. I can't say that there was. But it was definitely fun to be a part of such a spooky movie, and Stephen King is a really sweet guy.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
No paranormal.
You were squeaky clean. How did that happen?
I don't think ghosts like me.
Yeah. Awesome. Next question.
Hi. I was just wondering, what is each of yours non-witch favorite Halloween creature / costume, just sort of theme?
Like, what would you dress up as for Halloween?
Sexy nurse.
You would be a damn fine sexy nurse.
Well, thank you.
Earmuffs over there, earmuffs.
There you go.
have you ever dressed up as Binks for Halloween?
I did once. I went, a friend of mine was in Nashville was throwing a Hocus Pocus themed party. What a surprise. I was like, I've never done this, why not? So I got a black suit and tie and got some cat eye.
Sexy Binks.
Yeah, sexy Binks. And some cat ears and showed up and I stayed in character all night. Every time I saw the witches, like, we're on a truce right now, but I haven't forgotten what you did. And I think I annoyed people, but I was having a blast.
That's a serious flex, man.
Yeah.
That's a serious flex.
Yeah.
And someone took a picture and it ended up on like BuzzFeed or something. I had no, yeah.
Vanessa, have you ever had like a grandiose Halloween party like the one that your characters picked?
No, never. Actually, I know I disappoint everyone when I say Halloween is not my favorite holiday, but I would love to dress up as Allison to see what would happen. Because there's one lady who tagged me one time with dressed up as Allison with the salt and everything, and people loved it, so maybe I'll dress up as a sexy Allison.
There you go. Well, she was already.
With a low-cut tank top or something.
She's already sexy.
Versus a turtleneck.
Oh, she's already sexy. Next question.
Hi, my question is for Kimberly. I know it was just mentioned about Halloweentown 4, but was there a reason why you didn't come back to play Marnie? Because you're missed.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It was their decision, and it was one of those things that you kind of have to chalk up to being in a crazy entertainment business, and that was the way it went. So I was disappointed. I was disappointed for the fans, but you all have been so great over the years, and again, I thought Sarah did a great job.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so we have 2 more questions, guys, and those are the last questions.
Hi,
the last panel of 90's Con. And I love that she's gonna be our last question, because look how amazing she looks. She's
dressed for it.
Literally cosplaying Laura.
There's
okay? That's crazy, oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
Well, from Salem, Massachusetts. My question is for the Hocus Pocus crew. We all know that there was parts filmed in Massachusetts. Were you guys allowed to visit other parts of Salem? And was there anything besides the part that you filmed in that you guys enjoyed doing in Salem?
Salem, okay.
I have to say, the one thing that really was most memorable for me is visiting Walden Pond and kind of seeing that historical landmark, and just, I'm a big nature buff, and yeah, just kind of appreciating that. Like, that to me represented East Coast, and we were here in October, so we got to see all the fall colors of the leaves and everything, so it was just, to me, that was the most like standout, memorable experience that I had, other than obviously filming with wonderful cast, crew, and all that fun stuff.
I think for me was I was reading on Walden Pond in school at that time, and that blew me away to see Walden Pond. But I hear that the Salem Witch Museum is still the same, and that just cracks me up so much, because literally it was like run down when we were there in the 90's, and it's still run down apparently, where like the effigies are like falling over and they're melting. And I'm like, these people don't give a F, I love them. I want to see them again. Who are the owners of these bad Salem Witch Museum? It's so awful. It's like so kitschy apparently still.
So
anyway,
you've gone back to Salem and done like Halloween, or was it not Halloween? What was that Halloween sort of festival that you've done in the past?
Oh, where we filmed in St. Helens, Oregon, where we filmed the first Halloween Town. They recreate it every year, and they have a Spirit of Halloween Town festival that runs, I think, for a month or 2.
They need to do something like that in Salem, and then you guys all need to go to something like that for Halloween. That would be amazing.
That would be a lot of fun.
I heard something might be in the works.
There you go.
Keep your ears peeled.
Okay, so that sounds very exciting. Come next Halloween. Thank you very much. It's a great question.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Laura's in the house. Danny is here.
Danny.
You look amazing.
There you are, Danny.
Last question.
Hi guys, my name's Laura.
Hello.
Just kidding, I'm Tony from Delaware. So I'm obviously like a huge fan. What is the moment that you guys were the most starstruck by meeting somebody that you looked up to for so long?
God.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, in general, or are we talking about just during Hocus Pocus?
Just in general.
I'd say for me, personally, I got to try out for This Boy's Life, and read with Robert De Niro.
Wow.
And I think for me, like that was one of those like highlights, like, damn, I mean De Niro, no way, this is insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, and obviously I didn't get the part. Got beat out by Leo. I beat him on one thing, I guess.
Yeah, you did.
Not on that.
Except for this one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Ian
Like
DiCaprio was up for Hocus Pocus?
Well, I think he did this boy's life instead, right?
that might have been it. It was either rumored or not. I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay.
that seems like most fans know more than I do.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Did Leo try out for this?" And I was like, "If you say so." But
No, he was supposed to screen test with me and you.
Okay.
So he decided to do the other movie, I think. And then it was just me and you. And then they're like, well, obviously they're good together.
look at his career and look at my career.
Oh, geez.
Speaking, you're working in the cannabis industry now, right?
That is correct.
That's awesome. Woo! That's awesome.
I'm really proud of that.
Vanessa, you're always doing amazing things too.
Starstruck so many people, but I have to say the one memorable one was meeting Madonna and dancing with her at a party. And she had stilettos on and she stepped on my foot and I was like, step on it again, Madonna. I love you.
It's that good pain.
Yeah, I was like, I am dancing with Madonna. Do you understand how many times I danced to her music growing up in my bedroom? And she's literally stepping on my foot. This is great. That was my starstruck moment. And yesterday was pretty starstruck meeting Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
I have to say, and taking a picture with these guys in the DeLorean. That was, I mean, that was bucket list. Yeah.
Icing on the cake.
I've been in this business 30 some years and I get starstruck every time I meet a celebrity. Sometimes I don't think I belong because I can't separate the character from the actor. And
I appreciate that, Jay.
You bet. I mean, I was intimidated when I worked with you because you were like, we did a TV show together called Erie, Indiana, and he was the star of it.
Right.
They brought me on it, which probably killed the show.
100% killed
100% of the show. Yeah, just watch it, you'll find out. But like in the immediate, I'll say definitely Christopher Lloyd. You know, he was at the bar at our hotel the other night, and you know, people were taking pictures with him. My girlfriend's like, take a picture with him. I'm like, I don't know, he's giving me the vibe, like maybe he just wants to go to his room. So I hesitated too long. He pressed the button for the elevator, the door opens. I'm like, Mr. Lloyd. And he didn't look at me. So I'm like, fuck, he wants to be by himself. But then he like turned to me and I just went, you have a good night. And he went, you too. My girlfriend like, he sounds like him. So that's how I almost every time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have to say, first meeting Steve Martin at an Oscar party when I was young, and then years later I was blessed enough to play his daughter and bringing down the house. And the first time I met him, it was just like, you're in front of me, but it ties with the time I met. I've been a huge, I guess they're the Chicks now, but Dixie Chicks fan my entire life. And I was at a premiere and happened to run into Natalie Maines in front of the theater, like on the sidewalk. So I don't think she really knew that I was like in the event, you know, I think and she was so kind, but I had to go up and say something to her and I lost the ability to form language. And I couldn't, and my friend who was with me, she was like, do you want me to take a picture with you guys? She had to talk to me with, like I was 4, and Natalie was great, but that was the one time that I just, you know, it's funny how even being in the industry, as long as we all have it, how you still see people at awesome events like this and just, it still is so surreal. So
you could only hope that they would be as humble, gracious, and loving as these people right here. Please give them a round of applause. We hope that maybe in Halloweentown you'll do something fun like that. But please go see them. I think you guys are here for another couple hours, right?
Yeah, I think we are.
We're wrapping up?
Yeah.
I think we're out.
You guys are out?
Audi 5000.
Okay, but you guys are online, right? Everyone can reach you online. You're on social medias and all that stuff.
TikToks, Instagrams, and all the things.
Awesome. And YouTube, you're on YouTube. You're on YouTube, and she's awesome on TikTok. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We love you. Bye-bye, 90's.
I ate most of this.